How can I use a Python script in the command line without sitting to its directory? Is it the Python path? How can I make any use of Python path? When I try to run a script in the path, the file is not found. When I cd to the directory holding the script runs. So what good is the Python path? After cd to the file directory, it runs. Why can I not make any use of the Python path?
I think you're a little confused. Pythonp sets the search path for importing Python modules, not for executing them like you're trying. Pythonp augment the default search path for module files. The format is the same as the shell's path, one or more directory path names separated by os.pathsep, e.g. colons on Unix or semicolons on Windows. Non-existent directories are silently ignored. In addition to normal directories, individual Python path entries may refer to zip files containing pure Python modules, in either source or compiled form. Extension modules cannot be imported from zip files. The default search path is installation dependent, but generally begins with prefix /lib/python version. See Python home above. It is always appended to Python path. An additional directory will be inserted in the search path in front of Python path as described above under interface options. The search path can be manipulated from within a Python program as the variable sys.path. This URL. What you're looking for is path. However, to run your Python script as a program, you also need to set a shebang for Python in the first line. Something like this should work. And give execution privileges to it. Then you should be able to simply run gmbx.py from anywhere.
You're confusing path and Python path. You need to do this. Python path is used by the Python interpreter to determine which modules to load. Path is used by the shell to determine which executables to run.
Python path only affects import statements, not the top-level Python interpreter's lookup of Python files given as arguments. Needing Python path to be set is not a great idea. As with anything dependent on environment variables, replicating things consistently across different machines gets tricky. Better is to use Python packages, which can be installed using pip or distutils in system-dependent paths which Python already knows about. Have a read of this URL, The Hitchhiker's Guide to Packaging, and also this URL, which explains Python path and packages at a lower level.
With Python path set as in your example, you should be able to do. M option will make Python search for your module and paths. Python usually searches modules including what you added to Python path. When you run interpreter like Python gmbx.py, it looks for particular file and Python path does not apply.
I think you're mixed up between path and Python path. All you have to do to run a script is have its parental directory appended to your path variable. You can test this by running. Also, if misgrippy.py depends on custom modules, their parental directories must also be added to the Python path variable. Unfortunately, because the designers of Python were clearly on drugs, testing your imports in the replace with the following will not guarantee that your Python path is set properly for use in a script. This part of Python programming is magic and can't be answered appropriately on Stack Overflow.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.